Uh, already 9. We can start.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir. But we have to wait for Dr. Basavaraj join. Now, Dr. Neelam, madam. Let us wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Saji, can
The
you
madam is
coordinate with
joining,
the
sir.
madam?
Joining.
Huh?
Madam is joining.
Okay.
Dasaraja already joined. Ruchi
Yeah.
already joined. Karunakaran also joined, and
All four candidates are here.
4 candidates are here.
Welcome, Ruchira, madam.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Namaskar. साजी मैडम आए तो बोल दो तुरंत.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
एक फोन कर दो ना साजी. नीलम
She's in.
join.
She's in.
Join.
Okay. Okay. Welcome, Neelam madam.
Thank you, Yogesh ji.
Yeah, thank you, madam. Now let us start with the permission of our president, sir. And good evening, all respected seniors, dear friends, colleagues, and fellow pediatrician. Saji, you mute everyone.
Uh,
Yeah. So, good evening, all respected seniors and dear friends, colleagues, and the fellow pediatrician. Happy Dhanteras, Namaste, and heartfelt welcome to each one of you. It is a truly a privilege to be with you this festive season and the very auspicious day and evening for this session. The Know Your Secretary General candidate IAP Election 2026. I thank you for taking the time to join us and for your unwavering commitment to mission and the value of the Indian Academy of Pediatrics. For this session, I welcome our President, Dr. Vasant Kalatkar sir, President-elect Dr. Neelam Mohan Madam, our immediate past President Dr. Jivir Basara Sir, all four contestants Dr. Atun Bhadra, Dr. Ruchira Maheshwari, Dr. BP Karunakara, and Dr. Subramaniam. So this session is more than just not an introduction only, but it is a celebration of our shared vision for a healthier, brighter future of our every child in the India. It is also a moment of reflection on the kind of leadership we seek, the leadership that is a transparent, inclusive, and deeply rooted in service. As a Secretary General, I am serving since last 1 year and 10 months. So, what is the role of the Secretary General? It is not a just administrative post, but I feel it is the heartbeat of our academy, and it demands clarity of the purpose, consistency in the communication, and a deep respect for collaboration. And a good Secretary General must be a strategic navigator by ensuring continuity, structure, and accountability in all our endeavors of the academy. A collaborative bridge builder connecting all the branches, city branches, state branches, chapters, committees, and members across the country with empathy and efficiency. A voice of integrity, representing IIP with the dignity, diplomacy, and dedication in all the forums, and a custodian of institutional memory. He or she knows better constitution, and they are eager to preserve our legacy while embracing innovation and with the dedication. He or she must be a visionary enabler, supporting innovation while upholding our core values of the Constitution. And above all, a servant leader committed to child health and professional excellence. So today, this evening, we are privileged to hear from all four contestants who aspire to carry this medal forward. I encourage each of you to listen closely, engage thoughtfully, and reflect deeply. Your participation ensures that our academic continue to be led by those who truly understand and embody this mission. Let us celebrate this spirit of the democratic dialogue and the collective wisdom. Thank you for being here and for the continued dedication to the Indian economic pediatrics. So, with this, I welcome our President, Dr. Vasant Khaladkar, for opening remarks, and then Dr. Neelam Mohan Madam, and then Dr. Basavarasan.
So, good evening, all. A warm welcome to you all on occasion of Diwali and this election period. Respected Dr. Neelam, President 2026 Central IAP, our Honorary Secretary General Dr. Yogesh Parekh, our most beloved past President Dr. G.V. Basavaraja, all the four contestants, Dr. Atanu, Dr. Ruchira, Dr. Subramaniam, Dr. Karunakaran, and all my 49,000 colleagues. There is a member of IAP, all EBOB 2025. Respected seniors and dear friends, it gives me an immense pleasure to welcome you all to this important and most awaited Know Your Candidate session for the post of Honorary Secretary General of IAP. You must be knowing that though Know Your President was started initially, but later on, within a 2 year, it was again on heavy demand. It started that there should be a Know Your Secretary General. And that's a really great thing because I know reaching through media or reaching through digital media or reaching through our website, it's very difficult. Though so many our members don't read, don't go to website, and this is the best of the best thing that we can represent ourselves, we can present ourselves to our friends what I am and what are my qualities, why I want to become a secretary. Today's program is a reflection of our association, Domestic Spirit, where ideas, integrity, and inspiration come together on one platform. Leadership in IAP is not just about holding a position, it's about holding a purpose. Yesterday also, I told and I had repeating the same sentence that leadership is not just a holding position. The purpose of service, unity, and progress to be there once you take any post. That automatically become responsibility. The role of Honorary Secretary General is center to functioning of IAP. हमारा बसवराजा हरदम बोलता है कि सेक्रेटरी नहीं रहा तो प्रेसिडेंट चल ही नहीं सकता, and that's true. I also see that without Dr. Yogesh, I couldn't work in IAP. So listen carefully that you have to develop that quality of secretary that president should listen to you. And जब secretary yes बोलता है yes, नहीं बोलता तो नहीं, ऐसा president नहीं बोलना चाहिए. That should have that quality. The person who hold this office become the heartbeat of our organization, connecting members, implementing decisions, and ensuring smooth coordination across all levels. As we listen to the candidate today, let's keep our mind open. This is for my all the 49,000 members, and our hearts should be fair. Let's focus not only on personalities but on principles, on vision, on commitment and capability. I sincerely request all our members to ensure this process remains dignified, ethical, and transparent, true to the spirit of IAP. My request to all four contestants, this is just a 8 days game, and this is not a fighting because at last we all are friends. We are, I know, out of three, one is going, out of four, one is going to win. And all rest of the three are going to work with him. It's not a fighting. This is the IAP. And that's why this is the Indian Academy of Pediatrics survives. To all our candidates, My very best wishes. Speak with conviction, share your ideas clearly, and inspire us with your commitment. हमको भी फिर से लड़ने की इच्छा हो जाए. Remember, this is your one chance to connect with every member and showcase your readiness to serve. Let's make this a session that strengthens our unity and remind us of what makes IAP truly exceptional, our people, our purpose, and our professionalism. That you are going to prove today, and that will be thumb mark. Thank you once again, and I wish all the best to all four contestants. Jai Hind, Jai Hind.
Yeah, thank you, our ever smiling president, Dr. Vasant Kalatkar sir. You rightly mentioned, without the secretary, president has to listen the secretary first, and the secretary has to execute the constitution first. Whatever our constitution, yes or no, say, then we have to execute then best
Yes,
interest of the our mother organization IAP. And
yes.
thank you. Now I invite our president-elect Dr. Neelam Mohan Madam for her remarks.
Thank you so much, Yogesh, for that opportunity. It's indeed respected Vasanji, Baswarajaji, Yogesh, and all the four contestants who have gathered here, to all the past presidents who must be viewing this today, the OB, the EBs, and beloved members of the society. It's a very good evening to you and a happy Dhanteras. And as I send some messages, Dhan is wealth, and let's understand the biggest wealth that comes in our hand are two things. One is the health, and second is the children. So we are privileged to talk today about both the health and the wealth in the form of our children. So, this is an honor today to be here to listen to the four colleagues who are contesting for the post of the Secretary General, a position which is truly the administrative backbone of a society. As per the Constitution, the Secretary General acts in close concurrence with the president and the executive board, while the president provides the direction and the vision. It is the secretary who ensures that every decision is implemented efficiently, documented transparently, and communicated effectively. These are the three major pillars which result in the improved efficiency of an organization. So, this role demands not administrative skill only, but besides that, integrity, discipline, because you will get communications at different times from 49,000 plus members, close to 50,000. How you're going to have integrity, how you are going to correspond, what is the discipline, and of course the teamwork, because you have to be communicating with all the various committees together. So it is balancing the routine responsibilities with strategic thinking to ensure compliance and coordination among all the committees. And as the incoming president, I see this position as a partner who will work shoulder to shoulder with the leadership team, the entire OB team, and translate the plan into action and ensure continuity, credibility, and communication. As I said, integrity, discipline, teamwork, implementation, documentation, and communication. So here I am. Each candidate will have 8 minutes, as Dr. Yogesh highlighted, to share their vision. But after that talk, I will ask a couple of questions to each one of you to understand what you perceive are the practical and ethical responsibilities of the office of a beloved IAP. So, best wishes to all of you, and I wish the, as I said yesterday, I wish all of you a great time, irrespective of what happens. We all continue to be friends, we all continue to be colleagues who are working with a mission and a vision to serve our mother IAP and go beyond our personal reasons towards this. Best wishes to all of you. Athanu, Karunakarji, Subbu, and Ruchira. Best wishes to all. I'm here to listen to you all.
Thank you, dear Dr. Neelam Mohan Madam, for sharing your thoughts on this platform. And you rightly mentioned about the commitment, dedication, because as a secretary, I know we have to give time to the branches and the members. Every day, 200, 300 email, 400 mails are coming, and it gives means we have to share our time, family time, personal time, and everything to serve the academy. So thank you very much. Now I invite our professor, Dr. G. V. Basavaraj sir. He's a rich experience of the Secretary General also. He will share the more vision and the thoughts on this occasion. Thank you, sir. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Honorary Secretary General Professor Yogesh Parikh, and respected Honorable National President of Indian Academy of Pediatrics, Dr. Vasant Kalatkarji, and President-elect Dr. Neelam Mohanji, and all my friends who has been taking part in the Festival of Democracy, that is for the post of Honorary Secretary General, Dr. Athano Badra, Dr. Professor Karunakara, Professor Subramanya, Dr. Ruchira Maheshwari Gupta, and all the our respected IAPN who have been eagerly awaiting 50,000 of IAPN awaiting who is going to be the fifth All India General Secretary of our organization. On top of that, there are two important people here who are eagerly watching who is going to take a responsibility of Honorary Secretary General, that is Professor Yogesh Parikh may be looking for who will be succeeding. And other person who has been eagerly waiting is Dr. Neelam Mohanji, who is able to carry out our vision in the year 2026. That's what it is. Really, it is a very, very important day in the Indian Academy of Pediatrics. As an Honorary Secretary General, I'll put it in three important domains. One, person who is going to be the Honorary Secretary General should be able to put a lot of time into the organization. That's a very, very important. Dedication of his time, balancing the academics and administration. That's a dedicating his most valuable time is the need of the hour. That's what the organization requires. Diplomacy. Diplomacy in terms of a person who respects the constitution, who followed the constitution and protects the constitution. That's a very, very important thing. This is what it is very, very important. Person who has respects, follows and protects. That's the very, very important thing to become a secretary. And what is demanding by the organization? That's the 3D. Third D is really what is the demand of the members? How do I carry it out? What is the demand of the executive board member? And OB, and most importantly, what the president needs. And carrying out these things is then a key. Agree to disagree is the part and parcel of any organization. Agree to disagree is maybe there, but at the end of the day, he needs to put organization on the top, self-interest on the last. Then only the organization can carry it forward. With these few words, the best wishes for all the four contestants, where I have worked with all four of them. All are capable of carrying out the mental of an Indian Academy of Pediatrics. with placing their organization first, self-interest on the last. So that's what the all 50,000 members wants from these four contestants. So best wishes for today's for sharing your thoughts on the post of Secretary General.
Yeah.
It is a more of an executive carrying out the vision of president. That's more important. Shouldering the responsibility, carrying out the vision of president. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Baswaraj sir, for mentioning about the constitution and the 3 Ds, because very importantly, we have to execute the decision of the executive board and the vision and the sharing the president's vision to serve the IAP and our members. So now I invite our dear friend, Dr. Atanu Badra. I will introduce you and then you will share your vision. Uh, Dr. Atanu Badra is FIAP in 2022, coming from the city, small city like Burdwan, from the West Bengal, East Zone, and he has a 30 years experience as a consultant pediatric intensivist, both in the private and the government sector, and he had initiated the first advanced NICU at his district level. He has served on the official position held in the IAP many positions like the president and chairperson of the district branch, secretary of the West Bengal Academy Pediatrics, joint secretary West Bengal Pulmonary Chapter, founder chairperson of the West Bengal Adolescent Chapter, vice president of the Central IP, organized secretary and the chairpersons of numerous state and the central conferences like Vaxicon, AsthmaCon, and Pedicon 2026. He has a rich experience of publications and paper as a part of the executive editorial team of the numerous IAP publication and the guideline, and co-author of numerous publication on the pediatric and the child health. He has known for his community work done exclusively uh, with the different NGO like the FEED, working with the underprivileged children for their betterment, health checkup since 2019, one important program of the Jivan Suraksha, working with the thalassemia children, arranging blood donation camps and frequent health checkup camps more than 2 decades, and working in close liaison with the International Rotary Team for the upliftment of child health since 2015. Few important projects like footpath clinic at Delhi, Mumbai, and Kolkata. One is the menstrual hygiene awareness campaign and evening non-formal education and food for children living in the slums. He has dedicatedly contributed with a different administrative capacity in the central IB for more than last 15 years and helped streamline financial and office procedures by working with the last 10 presidents and many secretaries. He was a part of the executive board. He was serving vice president and so many positions, and he has a vision to uplift the central IP as a secretary general. So I invite dear Dr. Atanu Badraji to share your commitment, dedication, and the vision to our mother organization.
Thank
Over to
you.
you. Yeah.
Thank you, Professor Yogesh Parikh. Sir, good evening, respected presidents of IAP, our esteemed Secretary General, senior colleagues, and my dear brothers and sisters of this wonderful IAP family. It fills me with immense gratitude and a deep sense of humility to stand before you this evening on this virtual platform to share my journey, my learnings, and my dream as I present my candidature for the post of Honorary Secretary General of the Indian Academy of Pediatrics. To be honest, this is just not just another speech for me. It feels more like a reflection of my life, a story written over years of dedication, challenges, and often moments of learning. And even today, as I speak, I do really feel short of words because all through these years, I have always believed that my work should speak louder than my words. From the very beginning, I have lived by one simple principle: serve sincerely, just like all our presidents had said, learn continuously, and lead collectively as a part of a team. I never chased position. I simply worked, contributed, and grew with this organization that has given me an identity, a family, and countless opportunities to serve across the country. The beginning, however, as Professor Yogesh Parikh in my introduction had said, was not easy. My IAP journey started in a very small branch with just about 40 members. Resources were limited, exposure was minimal, but one thing we had in abundance was enthusiasm and determination. We didn't have grand platforms or large budgets. The digital platform was not there at that time, but we had passion, commitment, and there was a will to make a difference. And I must say, destiny was kind to me. Along the way, I met exceptional mentors and gurus, people who believed in me when I was just starting out. They guided me, inspired me, and often corrected me with affection. So, from being a small branch office bearer, it was a journey to becoming a part of the state team, the zonal team, to CIP, executive board, office bearers, and I grew not by position alone, but by experience and exposure. At every level, I focus on understanding this organization, which we love, not just how IAP works, but why it works the way it does, why the constitution evolves, and we are a part of the CRC, and the constitution changes. The present constitution was there only from 2023, and of course, the changes that had made, we have all seen it was for the good of the organization. So I looked into the administrative process, the financial systems, the academic workflow, and most importantly, the human side of IAP, because community development and community commitment were the two things that was close to my heart. I took it upon myself to walk through every department, every chapter, and every task force of IAP. Even in our CIP office, we have two divisions, one that looks into NRP and one that looks into the general administration of the whole IAP. I requested my seniors to allow me to work wherever there was need, be it academics, administration, finance, and social outreach. No work from IAP that was given to me was not suitable for me. I tried to rise to the occasion every time. And these experiences have been my true classroom. One of the most defining experiences was being as a national plan coordinator. It was both exciting and daunting, handling almost 300 workshops across the country. Remember that we have almost 350 branches, 30 state branches, and of course, even in international branches. So, coordinating the faculty, managing the logistics, and ensuring academic quality it tested every managerial and leadership skill of the team. And I realized how vast and dynamic our academic truly is. My exposure deepened further when I served for 2 terms on the finance committee. It gave me a front row view of the organization's financial health and the challenges we face. I learned that the fiscal discipline is not just about maintaining accounts, it is about maintaining trust. Every rupee spent must translate into impact for our members and benefit for the children we serve. I was fortunate to serve on the Beyond Borders Committee, and today we have two international branches, and the last one was the IAP UK branch. It was not just an administrative milestone; it was a symbol of India's pediatric fraternity reaching out to the world. And now in the national conferences, they will be participating as an overseas branch. So among the projects close to my heart, of course, is the NRP. It was formerly known as IAP NRP FGM. As a national trainer and zonal action coordinator for 2 years, I had the privilege of training hundreds of pediatricians and traveling across the country, meeting the healthcare workers and witnessing firsthand how impactful such programs are. Till now, we have trained almost 2 lakh healthcare workers under NRP. But we had some logistical hurdles along the way. This NRP started in 2009. We had funding delays, administrative difficulties, logistical hurdles, but we never gave up. Thanks to all our presidents, with collective effort and persistence, we brought it back to full strength. Today, I am happy to say that NRP is running strong, financially stable, and once again, we are touching the lives across India. I was equally honored to work as a part of the NTP team with the Government of India and the ECD Code Committee, which along with UNICEF, did trainings of almost 200 workshops across the country. The impact study that we did was really encouraging. So my journey also expanded into academic leadership. I had the privilege of being a part of the 2021 Pedicon in Mumbai. Just during the COVID, it was a real challenge for all of us. Thankfully, again with the leadership of our presidents and secretaries, we could manage it. And two of IAP's most recognized and continuing signature events, ASMACon and Vaxicon, they are both in the seventh successful year. So this is sustained purely by academic merit and team effort. Another important area that shaped my leadership philosophy was finance and governance. Transparency in financial matters had been one of my top priorities. During my tenure in the finance committee, just after I had been in the EB in 2014, the first income tax notice started coming a few years after that, and we faced several long pending tax issues that haunted the academy for years. With the combined efforts of our presidents, secretary generals, treasurers, and auditors, we managed to get 7 crores of income tax liabilities waived off and another 8 crores of service tax, which later turned into GST. But it was during that borderline phase in 2021 that we could manage to write it off. It was a victory not of individuals but of our organization, the collective credibility and perseverance of IAP. So we are on the way. We have two teams of chartered accountants and one internal auditor who continuously looks after our efforts to bring credibility to with the income tax authorities and to get back our returns. So the general body financial presentations are far more transparent, simplified, and member friendly. And if given the chance, I'd look to make it clearer so that the confidence and trust among members and something every organization needs to thrive is instilled into the members. Friends, as has been described by all our president, the post of honorary secretary general, yes, sir, it is the heartbeat of IAP. Every project, every communication, every action plan revolves around the secretariat. It is not a 24-hour responsibility, sirs and madam. It is a 365-day commitment demanding not only efficiency, but also empathy, presence, and constant engagement. At the same time, Constitution 18.1 clearly states that the primary role of Honorary Secretary General is to see that the vision of the President, uh, to look after his or her vision and see that is successful within this period. And having worked closely with our past Secretary Generals, Dr. Ramesh Kumar, Dr. Bakul Jayan Parikh, Dr. Jogesh Parikh, Dr. Vineet Saxena, I have seen firsthand the dedication this role demands. I have learned from them that the real strength of a Secretary General lies in being approachable, dependable, and available for every member. If given the opportunity, I will strive to make the Secretariat more responsive, more connected, and more transparent. Even at midnight, if my member calls, I'll be there to listen. Your voice is important. Every mail will receive a reply within 24 hours because in IAP, every voice matters and every concern deserves attention. Looking ahead, I see three areas that will need our collective focus. We must make IAP more member centric. Our members are our greatest strength, whether it is academic advancement, social recognition, or professional protection. We must establish a stronger medical legal and insurance support system. We must look into a strong medical legal cell to be the side of our members whenever they are in trouble. Discussions had already begun under the guidance of our presidents, and probably in the future we'll look into a collaborative and sustainable efforts on this part. In essence, my dream is simple yet profound to make IAP not only academically strong but socially sensitive. Remember, IAP is a pan India body. It should be region, it should be region neutral and gender neutral, and every talent should be nurtured, whether he is in which part of the country doesn't matter, the gender doesn't matter. So every strong representation should be there in IAP bodies. I want every pediatrician in India to feel proud to say I am an IAPN. I want IAP to be known not only for what it does inside a hospital, but for the difference it makes outside in the lives of children, families, and communities. In fact, for the last 15 years, I had been working with all of you, whether in camps, in conferences, in the corridors of power, in branches, in sub chapters, everywhere. I stand before you today after this journey not as a candidate seeking votes, but as a colleague seeking trust. I promise that if I am given this responsibility, I will dedicate my heart, my time, and my experience to strengthen the academy we all love. We have multiple offices across the country. We have multiple office staff who works dedicatedly throughout the year. And all this I have learned from our seniors, from our 13 presidents with whom I have worked, and many from whom I have learned, starting from the from to 2014. I have been working with all these presidents. I can adjust with any system that IAP has. I can adjust with any president so that I can see that they deliver their vision to the whole country and make IAP proud. So let us join together to take IAP to new heights, stronger, more compassionate, more united, and ready for the future. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, dear Dr. Ratnabhadra. You are known for your simplicity and the friend of all. And we acknowledge your this beyond the border because you are instrumental to have this Manchester University Hospital fellowships last year and this year also. Your commitment toward the NRP as a zonal coordinator, district coordinator, and I humble to feel that you are available for 24 by 7 and 365 days, and it is multiplied by the 2 years. So this is also for you and your commitment regarding to serve members 24 hours in the reply. So thank you. Continue my legacy. I am trying to give the reply within 24 hours. Thank you very much. And you are very approachable, accountable. We all know. So now I invite comments from the Dr. Vasant Khalatkar sir on the shared vision of the Dr. Atanu Badra.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Atanu, for sharing your vision why you want to become a secretary. You all know, we all know that Atanu is friends forever. True IAP and working hard and work with the 13 president. With uh, you all know that showing his capability that efficient treasurer, innovative. All action plan are always with the help of Dr. Atanu Vadra. Started NSU in rural area, starting various chapter. His social work is known. There's adopted a village which was for the mine workers, that children of mine worker, and they have adapted. We were the witness last year. We have said that's in Asansol. It was the mine workers' children who were not getting anything like a food, like a education. But now you will see, if you see those children, really, it's a great thing. They are doing a lot of things. So he really told that his work with spirit, not a vice. His balance in all believe in mental trust. Want to work to make NRP very much impressive, make Pedicon successful, move finance transparent, and so he want to solve the issue of income tax. He want to ease general body meeting, want to fulfill vision of every pediatrician and work 24 by 7. That are the all qualities of a central IIP secretary. He basically want to make every IIPN that as a proud member of IIP, and these qualities we need. I wish all the best, dear Atanu. Thank you.
Thank you, President sir. Now I invite Dr. Neelam Mohan Madam to have a comments on Dr. Atnu's vision.
Thank you, Atano. As mentioned, even I had the opportunity to work with you, where I've seen you not only the current year, but also in the past as EB and in the OB positions that you were holding. I did not knew this part of you till I heard you, and I knew you have been a very intelligent person because thanks to the West Bengal, your genes, I always owe it to the fishes because the omega 3 fatty acids probably make you more intelligent. But I was quite mesmerized with the way you presented your vision, the way you said serve, learn, perform really means a lot. And of course, everybody is passionate and committed. So I wouldn't give any credit to that. But what intrigued me is your two words, how it works and why it works. Very few of us think this, how it works and why it works. But you've been smart to understand that you need to answer this, and the clarity with which you've talked about, and enlightening that you're going to make it gender neutral and region neutral, because when you sit in a post, then you have to go beyond your friends, beyond your zone. You have to be absolutely pan India, or region independent and gender neutral. And I also appreciate what you said, adjust with various system and president. And yes, it may be difficult working with a little bit perfectionist like me, who expects perfection and round the clock working, because even I sleep less and ensure that my residents are also reverting when some emergencies needed. So this was very empowering. And as I said, I'm going to ask two questions to everybody. I think a little difficult question to you, maybe because you presented it that way. If I have to ask, one is an easygoing, okay? Members often feel disconnected from the central updates. I have had the opportunity where I've got some messages and, they were not very comfortable with things. So, how would you make the communication more participatory or two-way, and what changes? This is my first question.
Yeah, yes, Dr. Neelam, communication is something where we can always be better. And uh, the point is that president is the face of IAP. So regular meetings, the branches have to be involved, and the answers to the email should be via the president also. And the president, it will be the job of the incoming secretary general to see that the president is remains connected via the office and via the secretariat to all the members, and all queries are not put under the under something, but should be addressed, and a clear answer should go from the president and secretary of what the problem is and how it can be solved. Often we see that we put it under some committees, and then the decision comes very late, and of course the members are disappointed. So this, I think, should this is a room for improvement, where whatever point is placed, the decision has to be taken very fast. The clarity of the decision, the speed of the decision has to be improved and communicated to the branches and to the individual members, so that they remain connected to the things. And the problems often are like not receiving a hard copy of a journal, or might be very minimal, and it can be easily solved. And I think clear decision on the part of the team is very necessary to remain connected to all the members.
Okay, so another difficult question for you. If you are going to be the administrative head of the society, then is there any changes? And if yes, if you want to bring any changes, what would be the three changes that you would want to introduce when you get a secretary to make it more efficient and responsive?
One is that it should run like a corporate office. A CEO should be immediately put into position so that the whole team can. We already have 20 staff across the country in the different five of our offices, but I think it needs a head. It needs an administrative head in a level of a management person who can
Okay,
lead the
one next.
Next one is that the social commitment the should be more specific and should be more time bound. And there and third is that aligning with the government of India policies is another thing that we had been lacking in many terms. So the connection with the government of India, the liaison with the government of India, I think this
Okay,
should be.
thank you. Thank you very much. Over to Yogesh.
Thank you, Dr. Neelam Mohan, madam. Now I invite Professor D. Basara, sir.
Thank you, Athanu, for sharing your uh, passionate and purposeful journey so far in Indian Academy of Pediatrics. That's a very, very important thing. You are not only passionate, it was a purposeful that contributing to the organization. And the another most important I liked it is you are ready to commitment to the organization of 24 into 7 into 365 into 2, that is 730 days. That's something which has been what that's what the post demands it. And of course, aligning with the president carrying out the vision. So all the things which has been really you have shared it. Best wishes for your journey in the Indian Academy of Pediatrics. Looking forward.
Thank you, Professor G. Basara, sir. Now I invite Dr. Karunakar,
Sir,
BP.
Yogesh
Yeah,
sir, just one line. Diwali wishes to all my co-contestants, Dr. Ruchira, Dr. Karunakara, and Dr. Subramani. Thank you.
thank you. Now I invite Professor Karunakar, sir. Uh,
Oh,
Let me introduce her. Uh, Professor Dr. Karunakar, BP, MD Pediatrics from the PGI Chandigarh and FPCCM from the Toronto, Canada, having DA and FIAP degree. And he is working as a professor of pediatrics in the pediatric internist, pediatric allergy, and asthma specialist. Uh, he has dedicated service to the IAP more than 25 years. He served as a Central IAP Executive Board member in the year 2011, 12, and 22, and the national chairperson IP Intensive Care in the 2017, national coordinator of IP Dharma CMEs in the year 2015, national coordinator of the IAP 25/7 in the 20 problems in the 2021. Is the president IAP Bangalore branch in the 2014, president IAP Intensive Care Chapter Karnataka in 2012, and he has a very much in organizational and administrative experience as a chief organizing secretary of the Pedicon 2017, chief organizing secretary first Pedalurgicon in the 2013, chief organizing secretary of NCPIC National Conference of the Pediatric Intensive Care in 2018, chief organizing secretary of Indian College of Allergy, Asthma, Applied Immunology Conference in 2019, and additional organizing secretary of the COMAD in International Conference in the 2018. So these are the organization, administrative experience, and the dedicated service to the IAP of the Dr. Professor Karunakara. Now I invite Professor Karunakar to share your commitment and vision as a upcoming Secretary General of the Indian Academy of Pediatrics. Professor, please unmute yourself. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I think suddenly the signal is gone. Actually, I'm trying to adjust it. Actually, my laptop signal is gone. I have to speak from a mobile. So,
We
good
can
evening,
hear you.
Honorable.
No,
Can you hear me,
yeah,
sir?
Professor
We
Karunakar,
can hear you.
if you want a few minutes, then we can skip to Dr. Ruchira Gupta.
No, but we can hear you. We can
No,
hear
but
Okay.
you.
he
Okay,
is
that's
speaking
fine.
from the mobile, and if
Let
he
him.
wants,
Yeah. But there appears to be sudden
uh,
internet issue. I'll go with mobile only, sir. No problem.
no problem. Okay,
Yeah.
please. Yeah.
So, good evening, everyone. I take this opportunity to express my sincere greetings to our Honorable President, President-elect, the past President, Honorary Secretary General, and all the office bearers and my co-contestants who are participating in today's discussion and this Secretary General presentations actually. It's a great honor to be in front of you and present my views and my journey and my vision and my work, what I did it actually, and how I do going to make difference to the IAP actually. I'll share my thought process, vision, priorities, roadmap for the future, and how I can able to make IAP a stronger one in the times to come actually. I sincerely request our honorable members for attending this meeting to consider my candidature for IAP and help me to make it to the IAP actually. As it's mentioned by Honorable Secretary General, the President-elect, and also the past President, the Secretary General post is very, very crucial in the management, in the running of an organization actually. The IAP gives the enough powers and privileges for him to run smoothly, effectively to ensure that he delivers what is required for the IAP. And he works as a fulcrum. Without him, nothing moves actually. As it's been clearly mentioned in the Constitution itself, he is responsible everything at IAP, including both commissions and omissions, and is answerable to everything. In this background, I'm going to take you through the journey of what a Secretary General is supposed to do. My vision to the IAP is that making IAP a multifaceted, responsive organization. The word I used, multifaceted responsive, is very important to understand that we take up issue beyond academics to ensure that we reach our members and to the society and serve it appropriately. Responsive means, as it's been already discussed till now, that IAP need to be responsive to its members and its responsibility to the society and its responsibility to the organization itself. Actually, so in that capacity, as a Secretary General, I would like to make sure that we inculcate that multifaceted response to the everything that comes in the way of IAP delivering its promises and responsibilities actually. So what is my priorities? Basically it's that to reach to the last IAPN in the country. As we know that we have doing wonderfully over the last many years to ensure that IAP reaches to the nook and corner of the country. I'm going to take it much beyond to ensure that everybody feels that we have reached to them actually. And we know that there is a new generations of IAP members are coming, and naturally we are going to cross 50,000 members very soon. It's necessary to ensure that we address the issues and the concerns of Generation Z and beyond, and ensure that IAP is in safe hands in the future to come actually. As I already pointed out, we are going to cross more than 50,000 members. But looking at the number of students who are joining these courses, I'm going to make sure that every student is going to be IAP members, and we are going to be one of the biggest organization as soon as maybe another in 2 to 3 years itself, because there's huge number of postgraduate seats have been provided across the country, and we're going to expect thousands of students coming out as a pediatrician. We need to make a mechanism to ensure that they're all being absorbed to the fold of IAP actually. Academics is one of our basic strength and the foundation of IAP actually. Indian Academy of Pediatrics basically stands for academics, but we also know that it's necessary to moderate to ensure that it's relevant to the time of the organization, and ensure that at the time when it's done, it's been relevant to the issues of and the health issues of the society actually. As we remember, at this point of time, there are few health issues which are generating and causing issues. When we look at academic activity, that must address that priority actually. And it's also know that, as we discussed already, it's necessary for the organization to be in good communication, good relations with government of the central government, state government, sister organization, and also many other NGOs to ensure that we are able to collectively deliver and protect the health of our children. We need to work on that. We're going to ensure that that has to improve further actually. As I looked at over the last many years, though there have been significant effort has been made with liaising with the governments, but personally, I believe possibly there is a long way to go to ensure that IAP stands properly and stands in tune with the government of India in delivering its promises actually. And we know that post-COVID, there has been serious concern about finances. Pharma has been not in a shape to provide the support to the IAP. It's necessary to ensure that we work towards a better pharma industry relationship and bring them out to the fold to ensure that we make IAP stronger financial and also to provide services to the IAP. Public partnership is an important component. We are going to work more on that. As I understand, as an organization, you have social responsibility, but how I could see it here that though most of our commitments are on the paper, it's necessary to ensure that 30% of corporate responsibility spending from the IAP goes to the community without any further compromise on that action. Friends and dear respected seniors and everybody, what is important to make IAP stronger in the days to come actually? My roadmap is that I'm going to analyze critically the works of IAP and the activities and see how things are happening actually. This is important to understand that some may be necessary, some may be reinvented, some may be dropped, and we may have to bring in a new thing actually. Just to recollect on this aspect, last year we could able to rework on some of the long-standing programs, and we could able to reorganize and make sure that they're relevant to the organization. So it's necessary to ensure that how to make IAP more competent, more potent, and it's going to be a well-accepted organization in the days to come by everybody actually. And communication is one of the most important thing. We have been reasonably doing well, but still I could understand that there is huge gap between the communication from the central to the periphery and branches actually, as it's been discussed in the recent discussions also that the communication still continue to be a major concern. The reason being that some kind of communication good, but doesn't reaches the members or the branches. It's very, very necessary that we reaches to everyone, every member and every branch to ensure that what is decided at the IAP reaches to the every branch, and we get the feedback from other side to ensure that we have heard, we are going to do as it's required by the feedback from the people actually. Friends, we know that we have large number of branches across the country. It's necessary as a central IAP to ensure that we empower the state branches, local branches, and to ensure that a good coordination between all the level, and ensure that especially the smaller branches, peripheral branches, take up the responsibility of the IAP, and they are the one who are going to make big difference to the care provided at the local level in the interiors of the country. They need to be taken into the confidence. We are going to work on those things. So basically, it's important good communication. Empowering the state and local branches is going to be the biggest priority of if I'm going to be the organized secretary actually. And we know that media is a double-edged sword actually. Though it's necessary to ensure that we reach out to everybody, it's also necessary to understand that what is the implications of media coverage to the IAP actually. We know that there are issues comes up, how we respond is also important. The recent incidents of a pediatrician being jailed by the government for whatever is not his fault for prescribing a syrup is one of the best example to suggest how it's necessary to ensure that IAP stands with the people in the media and in the real thing actually. And it's necessary to ensure that IAP gives required support to its member, its branches, and works in coordination with IM and other organizations to ensure that we safeguard the interest of our members in the periphery and wherever it happens actually. And in that background, it's necessary to ensure that media is a powerful tool. We reach out to the people appropriately. And there is a lot of misgivings about the doctors in the community that need to be looked at and addressed so that our perspective reaches the common man much better actually. Friend, in the general, basically, IAP, when in my context actually, IAP at the core, IAPN at the center. That's how it's supposed to work. Basically, we are going to ensure that it's all about IAP and its member, nothing personal, nobody is above the law, and implementation of everything as it meant to be in the bylaws is going to be the major thing we are going to implement actually. Dear friends, I would like to mention at this point of that, I'm working as an IAP for last 27 years from every level, from a grassroots to the state branches, local branches to the national executive. 3 times, I've been a very strong votary of various aspects of IAP, a strong debate, discussant in bringing out the best out of executive board members. As a 3-time IAP EB member, I'm well aware of how IAP works. I've been able to do what is required for the IAP. I'm going to ensure that IAP works better in the years to come. Similarly, as an IMA man, I will gain a significant experience in the last few years. Last 2 years, I've been the secretary of IMA, to which I got 2 years consecutively Best Branch Award, suggesting my competency, capacity, the communications, and the temperament in running an organization which stands out in my caliber as a secretary. Actually, I worked with 2 different presidents with a different perspective. Both time we have got the Best Branch Award, Best Secretary Award, Best President Award, suggesting how as as a secretary of a branch, how I made a difference. That's I'm going to bring it to the IMP in the time to come actually. So what do I promise in this? With my experience of IMP for so many years, and my experience in the IAPN actually, I would like to promise that as an SSC, I will make my president deliver his or her best and leave their impact on the IAP. As I told already, secretary is going to work for the president, executive board and its member. As a secretary general, I'm going to make sure that whoever is the president of the year is going to implement their work as they wish to be and make sure that they leave their footprint in the IAP in the years to come. I'm basically believe that my president is my boss and ensure that work for the betterment under the guidance of the president. That's how I work actually. I will ensure that sense of belonging and contribution from every EB members. Actually, that's an important aspect. I promise to produce highest productivity by the IAP and its members, executive and across the state branches. And while doing all these things, it's important to mention that at this point of time, it's my president is going to be in the front of the media and the camera. As a secretary, I'm going to in the background to ensure that president is the organization led and is been going to be seen, heard by everybody actually. Friends, I also would like to bring at this point of time the two important components of responsibility of the state, Secretary General. One is an executive board meeting and the general body meeting. As I observed over the many times, it's necessary to ensure that every member is heard, every issue is properly discussed actually, and we find a suitable consensus decision on every issue, or if issues are not sorted out, that need to be looked at properly under the lens and make sure that it fits into the requirement of the IAP and its constitution actually. Similarly, general body is an important thing for a secretary general. It's necessary to ensure that everything necessary for the branch member and its branches is brought out in the general body and issues are properly discussed and there is going to be a suitable solution with the permission of the general body. I'm going to ensure that these things are taken care of by as a secretary general actually. So friends, basically, as a long-standing IAPN with almost close to about 30 years, with journey from grassroots to the IAP, Central IAP, now contesting for the executive or the Secretary General, it's my honor and a privilege to serve the organization, provided a chance to me. As I already pointed out, with my experience, I'll be able to bring out what is necessary for managing the IAP, and I promise to deliver on this front. Thank you so much. Jai Hind and Jai IAP. Thank you so much.
Thank you, dear Dr. Professor Karunakara, sharing your vision to make the IAP multifaceted, responsive organization, and you're sharing your priority to reach unreached or all the last IAPN in the country, and your vision for the IAP for the generation Z and beyond, and better liaison with the government and the improve finances and the roadmap to have a communication with the every branches, empowering the state and the local branching and use of the effective use of the media. So thank you, Dr. Karunakar, for the sharing your commitment towards the IAP. Now I invite Dr. Vasant Khalatkar sir for the comments.
Before I start on Karunakara, that I think everybody is taking more than 8 minutes. That's wrong. That's not a good thing everybody is taking. So my request that limit yourself up to 8 minutes. And we are not taking any action, but it should be as per our agenda. So Dr. Karunakara shared his vision, really a well-learned, all had the education from India as well as outside, a good academician, and in IP service since last 27 years. His name in Ramaya Medical College is really excellent for his academic performances and working hard for critical care, everybody knows. He made a very good revolution and in critical care. His experience in conducting conference, everybody knows. You know, all know about the Pedicon 2017 and Comad in 18. It is really a worthy conferences we have seen. So he had a vision, had a good roadmap for IIP, wanted to take multifaceted responsibility, want to work for young generation and their issues, work for PG student because he is a born teacher since long time he's in academic institute. He believe in public partnership and want to improve pharma relationship, which is really both the things are today's need. He shared his vision that he want to try to improve communication between IAP and member. It's definitely it's we are having a very good communication, but still everybody feel that there is no communication. Then there is this definitely need to support to member. He want to support the members and work in interest of member. Again, he want to access and adjustment of media, which is a very important part. Like we are doing IP के बाद community के साथ, we are going to media, and media is really a great medium to reach the community. He had a close association of IMA, which is very important. That IMA is our mother branch, and collaboration with IMA is definitely helpful. I've seen the collaboration of IMA. We could do the lot, and want to make a first president impactful. That is also very important. He don't want to take any credit to himself. He want to work for president and want to keep president at higher level. That's a really good quality. I wish you all the best, Dr. Kondakar.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Uh, Thank you, President, sir. Now I invite Dr. Neelam Mohan, madam, for her comments.
Thank you so much, Karunakar. I'm not going to repeat anything which respected Vasanji has highlighted and talked about you. When you started your narration, you gave me a bit of confusion because you started with a vision, and I was thinking that you should be contesting more for a president, but you beautifully smoothened it down and brought it very humbly about how you wanted to work shoulder to shoulder and had the humility to say that the year belongs to the president and you would want the face of the president to be in front. And you said the president is the boss. So I don't know, but you tried to talk about the constitution. And I'm sure you know the constitution very well, which is number 18. So if you I want to ask if Secretary General is supposed to work very close with the Joint Secretary and the multiple committees, how would you ensure a smooth coordination between them? Uh, if you think your personality may be taken as towering by them, how would you ensure this?
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much. I think uh, just a minute. See, basically, as secretary post, as I told, it's basically like a fulcrum. So the secretary has to manage everything. He has to manage. Just a moment, there used to be some sound issue.
Dr. Karunakara, you had joined from two
Yeah,
devices.
you just use only
Yeah.
mobile. That is very good. Mobile is very good.
Yeah, fine. Madam, actually, yeah, nice question. I'm very thankful for looking at the issues. Thank you for reminding me of the Constitution also. I'm well aware of the Constitution. But what I believe is that at some point of time, people sitting at the position as a secretary or somebody else may not really do as it's required by the organization by the president itself, actually. The reason being my mentioning that Secretary General is basically working behind the scene for the president to ensure that everything runs smoothly, is basically to ensure that he works as per the guidelines and the suggestion and advice by the president, actually. Though Secretary General post has been empowered with a massive powers where he is totally responsible as an executive head to run the organization, he is not himself to take a decision. It is with the guidance of the president and the executive committee that he has to make a decision.
So,
With
I next
respect to your
question to
question,
you.
actually,
Next
how I'm
question,
going to handle.
Karunakar.
Yeah.
Next question. What is the non-budgeted expense that is allowed within the constitutional limit? And in case you have the non-budgeted expense beyond that number, which is also part one of the question, how would you address it while maintaining the flexibility for new initiative?
Madam, I'd like to take from the next question. There are a few things left, and then I'll come back to you. Your question was that how am I going to work with the joint secretaries with possibly me as a senior, it's going to be a little bit of imposing on the people. But as told you already, I've already worked for 2 years with the Best Secretary Award from the National Award from the
Yes, I've
IAP.
heard you.
It's
I've
a
heard you.
reflection of
Please change
what
that
is
question. I've
expected
heard
from you
you.
in the IAP actually.
Karunakar, I've heard you. Now you're in the next question. I've heard you. Answered smartly. So
Done.
your question is, what is the non-budgeted expenses within constitutional limit? Number one. And if you want to go beyond that, how would you maintain flexibility for new initiative?
See, it's basically IAP and any organization. When we start the year, we're supposed to present the budget actually. We have to basically bring out everything that's going to be incurred in the year to come actually. So any expenses beyond that should be as minimal as possible and it should be as less as possible, but with a reasonable reason. If a secretary presents a proper budget in the year, looking at every possible expenses in the year, the need for generating an additional expenses itself comes down actually. In that background, whenever there is a need comes up for spending in additionally, it's the responsibility of the secretary to consult with the president and bring it the issues, the expected expenses, how best we can make it as simple and as less amount money, saving the money to the IAP, and effectively it has to be said. It must be in consultation with the president and the executive board that has to be
Yeah.
spent. I
And
believe
what is that amount present in
rather than
non-budgeted
prescribed amount
amount
for
is how
the
much?
secretary to consider, I say every expenses which comes beyond the budgeting must be in proper consultation with the president, executive board, treasurer, joint secretary, and all the office bearers with concurrence and support from them only it should be done.
Okay,
I believe
thank
that
you,
it should be done.
Karunakar. Thank you. Forward to Dr. Yogesh.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Now I invite Professor G. Baswara sir for the
Yeah,
brief
thank you
comments.
very much, Professor Yogesh Parikh, our Honorary Secretary General. Thank you, Dr. Karunakar, for sharing an excellent, rich experience of you working in a biggest branch of one of the biggest branch of Indian Academy of Pediatrics, IAP Bangalore, and also working in a subspecialty branch, and also working in a IMA and sharing your rich experience of administration as a secretary in all the places where you have made a big change. I'm fortunate to have worked with you for a more than decades uh, in both at the branch level as well as at the subspecialty level. So really, your rich experience is really it is going to be useful to the Indian Academy of Pediatrics. Coming back to the your, I really loved your commitment working with the president shoulder to shoulder and more responsibly working with an executive board and as well as sharing the carrying out the vision of an president. That's the most important thing. You really committed to that. That shows that how much you are committed to take up the honorary secretary general. I'm sure so your rich experience is going to be useful to the Indian Academy of Pediatrics. Best wishes for the because our president and president-elect is already shared all of the things. I don't want to put more things to the things. Best wishes for your candidature for the honorary secretary general. Looking forward to for the IAP election. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Basavaraj sir, and best wishes, Professor Karunakar sir, for your upcoming elections. Now I invite
Thank you, sir.
Dr. Ruchira Gupta, madam. Uh, Dr. Ruchira Maheshwari is MD FIP and she's very senior consultant at the Kailash Hospital and Heart Institute in Noida. She a medical graduate from the JNMFCH AMU University, Aligarh, MBBS and MD from the same, and senior residency at the Safdarjung Hospital and service as a junior specialist with the Delhi government. Uh, Her sustained excellence was formally recognized in the 2019 with the prestigious fellowship of FIP, and her IAP leadership and national impact. IAP spans over 17 years and marked by methodological and successful ascent from the local to national governments. She served as a two terms on the IAP executive board 2014 and 2019, and she also served as a joint national coordinator for the crucial IAP Presidential Plan 2022 and 2023 for the case quantum module. And she has served as a Secretary of AOP Uttar Pradesh in 2015-16 and the President 2010, Secretary of AOP Noida. Her organizational excellence in the newborn care and she served as a Chief Organizing Secretary of the Pedicon 2022, the Joint Organizing Secretary for the IAP IPA Pedicon 2023, and she served in the majority program and the IAP AAP Neonatal Resuscitation Program NRP pilot project in 2008, NRP trainers is 2009, formal journal and state academic coordinator for NRP, then academic and trainer roles, chief editor for the Child Today, an official journal of AUP UP, and member of the editorial board of the IJPP. She served as a national scientific convener for the IIP poem module, IIP various IIP modules, including Advanced NRB, BLS, ID Concurrent, and notably, she was felicitated by the Central IIP for Central IIP for the successful conduction of the IIP PAP 2022 with the alongside various local and the state level awards. So I invite Dr. Ruchira Maheshwari to share your vision, commitment toward the IIP.
Thank you, sir.
As presidents are told, please stick to the time.
Esteemed President, President-elect, immediate past President, Honorary Secretary General, respected members of Election Commission, my fellow candidates, my dear colleagues, and friends of Indian Academy of Pediatrics. A very good evening to one and all. Kindly accept my Deepavali wishes and Dhanteras wishes. When I look back at my 27 years of journey in IAP, I don't see designations or titles. I see faces, friends, teachers, colleagues, all united by one purpose, that is, to serve every child of our nation. I still remember my first local CME, sitting in a small hall, watching seniors speak with passion about saving lives. I never had imagined that one day I would be here, speaking before the same family that once inspired me. It reminds me of a simple truth. Leadership is not about reaching the top, it is about never losing touch with the ground. And service is the soul of any organization. When intentions are pure, every journey becomes an act of service. It is the privilege and a deeply humbling moment to stand before you today as a candidate for the post of Honorary Secretary General of our beloved IAP. The position is not merely administrative, it is the heartbeat of our academy, the bridge between vision and action, between ideas and implementation. The HST is not just a title, it is an engine that keeps near 50,000 members IAP moving forward. My journey has started from the ground to up. If I stand here today, it's not out of ambition, but out of a lifelong commitment to serve. My journey in IAP has been built from grassroots, from organizing small CMEs to leading large national conferences, each step teaching me that true leadership grows from the ground, not above it. When I was entrusted with the responsibility of Chief Organizing Secretary for Noida Pedicon 2022, we were surrounded with uncertainty. The country was just recovering from COVID and doubt loomed large. But when intent is strong and teamwork is genuine, even the impossible becomes achievable. We brought Pedicon back to our UP after almost 4.5 to 5 decades, and we did it flawlessly despite all odds. That success wasn't mine alone. It was a proof of what happens when ordinary people unite with extraordinary purpose. When we talk about power of grassroots empowerment, my own story is the proof that a grassroots worker can reach or aspire for the highest levels through perseverance and purpose. During my years as a state secretary and later as National Joint Secretary Liaison, I learned one important truth. The common pediatrician is the most important member of the IAP. All elected posts are temporary. The position of a common IAPN is permanent. When I was bestowed upon the responsibility of Joint National Coordinator in 2022, my main motto was to reach the unreached. And under the guidance of President 2022 and the national coordinators of year 2022, I could conclude approximately 300 presidential election plans, including program hosting at the farthest area of the country, even at the smaller branch of 10 pediatricians, and the purpose was served. Through the long journey of neonatal resuscitation program, I saw this truth came alive. From our first trial in Noida in 2008 to the sessions in the remotest corners of the country, from Srinagar to Anantnag, I met countless dedicated health workers who quietly save newborn lives every day. Those experiences humbled me. They reminded me that no IAPN is ordinary. Each one carries a spark that can light up the academy if nurtured right. So, dear friends, my vision will be empower, engage, and elevate. If given the honor to serve as HSD, my mission will be very simple and focused. And they will be: one, to identify and nurture hidden talent across every state and branch; two, mentor young pediatricians through meaningful engagement in programs like IYCF, medico legal, LCD, FPS, so as to prepare them for the future; three, build a gender neutral, inclusive IAP where every member feels respected and represented; four, revive grassroots energy by increasing participation and transparent communication at every level across all corners of country. Five, I would like to support my IAP member community by strongly recommending to IAP authorities to distribute IAP books, naming a few like STG, drug formulary, parental guideline, color address to whom they belong to, that is, IAP members. Dear friends, when we empower our member, we are strengthening our academy. And when IAP grows stronger, our service to nation's children become even more impactful. And that's what our academy is for. About commitment and integrity, it starts from initiating Child Today, the first newsletter, and the Journal of UPIAP, to serving multiple terms on executive board. My journey has been guided by three core principles: dedication, discipline, and delivery. But above everything else is I hold one value sacred, and that is integrity. Because leadership without integrity is like a body without a soul. And it's important to restore the spirit of IAP. Friends, IAP is not just an organization, it is our professional home. It was built by visionaries who gave their time, intellect, and heart to create a platform for learning and service. I have an honor of working with many presidents and many visionary secretaries, and that has really made me understand what IAP is. Yet somewhere we have allowed some fatigue, distance, and formalities to dull that original fire. We must return to the values that once defined us, that is service, unity, and transparency. History reminds us that power must not overweigh purpose. Organizations decline not because of conflict, but because good people choose silence. I stand here to ensure that silence never replaces sincerity. So here we have to have unity, not turf. Our academy's greatness lies in teamwork, not turf wars. We must move from competition to collaboration, from hierarchy to harmony. Let us remember, IAP's true strength is its people. Together, we can make IAP a symbol of excellence, unity, and service, not just in name, but holistically. My loyalty will always stand with the office, its constitution, above personal differences, in the best benefit of organization and its members. I hold the highest respect for my fellow candidates, Dr. Atanubhadra, Dr. Subramanya, and Dr. Karunakara. They're not just my colleagues, but dear friends with whom I have shared years of work and camaraderie in IAP. This election is not a contest of individuals, but I feel it is a celebration of collective commitment. So tonight, I stand before you with humility and hope, not just asking for a vote, but for your trust. Trust that together we can make IAP more vibrant, inclusive, and compassionate. Trust that heart of IAP, that is service, will always beat strong. हिंदी में कहा जाता है कि संगठन तभी मजबूत होता है जब हर सदस्य अपनी जिम्मेदारी को अपना कर्तव्य समझे. Not for position, but for purpose. That is, an organization is strong when every member serves, not for position, but for purpose. Friends, let's serve not for titles, but for trust, not for power, but for purpose, and not for self, but for service. My friends, IAP has given me everything: knowledge, friendship, and a sense of belonging. As I stand before you today, I don't seek a post. I seek your partnership to rebuild the same unity and warmth that once defined our academy. Together, let's write the new chapter of IAP, once filled with purpose, pride, and compassion. Because when intentions are pure, even a small step becomes a journey of service. There is a Sanskrit shlok which defines the secretary job, and that is Kartavya Parata Sachivasya Shobha Samanvaya Tasya Balam Vinay Tasya Bhushana. Meaning, devotion to duty is the glory of a secretary, coordination is their strength, and humility their ornament. If given a responsibility of HST, then I will love to live up to these lives. Thank you from core of my heart. Long live IAP, Jai IAP, Jai Bharat Mata ki. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Ruchira Maheshwari, madam, sharing your vision and for the common IP members to reach the unreached members, and 3E: empower, engage, and elevate with the dedication and delivery, and your vision for the teamwork, loyalty about the office and the constitution. So all these good qualities you have mentioned for the secretary post. So thank you very much. Now I invite Dr. Vasant Khalatkar sir for the comments.
Thank you, Ruchira, for your as a vision. This show that there's a strong vision. It's and you are also strong, like Aligarh Tala. Basically, that shows your education from Aligarh. It is you're a member with a mission and vision, having a good academic record, and winner of various awards. You had shown your administration capabilities by doing pedicon and various conferences. You are known for your capability to conduct the conferences in some different and innovative way at various mostly destination places you are doing clearly, and that to be with the academic fun, prolix, and everything. So that's a really great thing. You are involved in various modules like IAP modules like NRP. This year's HIT module of a poem module. I know you and your our writing committee was very much involved in that poem. Uh, Beside that, leadership, you believe that leadership is not about the reaching at the top, but at the ground level. That's a really great thing you want to say and you want to do. So you said that person who can fight against uncertainty to certainty. That's really you have shown. People have shown that in Noida conference. That's during COVID period. Your vision is empower, engage, elevate. That's need of IAP. You want to innovate and young pediatrician and build IAP to a neutral with a neutral gender and to a global level. You want to spread the knowledge to all member by distributing books and want to work with dedication, discipline, and dignity, which is a very good character of you. Don't want to misuse your power and want to maintain hierarchy. That's always senior want. You want to take election as a celebration in positive way that shows your positive attitude and want to serve for trust and members of IAP. So you like all two, you are also one of the most eligible candidate. All three are equally eligible. So I wish you all the best, Ruchira.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Now I invite Dr. Neela Mohan, madam.
Yeah, thank you so much. So I wouldn't want to repeat like in the last case, Dr. Vasant has highlighted beautifully what was mentioned. And while you talked about the vision about using the youngsters, medical legal PS books and all, I guess one has to clearly understand it is based on the budget and the vision that is there of the president as well as the various committees that are formed in that is the Constitution 18.1, which is the number one point of Constitution. It says, in all matters pertaining to the working of society, the Secretary General acts in concurrence with President before implementing and communicating the decision. The IAP gets on an average 800 to 1,000 mails a month. So, this, when the meaning of this statement, how would you interpret this relationship as a compliance, as a collaboration, or partnership?
So, ma'am, as you said about 18.1, that is in the Constitution, roles and responsibilities of secretary. That is in all matters pertaining to the working of the society, the secretary general shall act in concurrence with the president before implementing and communicating the decision. I agree
No,
with
no.
you
My
because
question is, how do you interpret this relation as a compliance, collaboration, partnership? How do you interpret this?
ma'am, as I told you in my presentation also, when I'm talking about compliance, it means it has to be in concurrence with the president, the office bureaus, ultimate first the president, then as per the constitution. I believe in this, sir. This, ma'am.
So
And
it's a
coordination
partnership.
definitely between office and members. Definitely, the action of president has to be communicated. President, the secretary will be a bridge between the president and the president vision and the
How
action
will you
implementation.
ensure that the work you do this year strengthens the foundation for the years that follow? Because we, like I asked the previous speakers, we have issues regarding, the communication, the day-to-day working. So, what would you do to strengthen the foundation for the years that follow?
My answer will be three. One is good digitalization, which our IAP is already into it, but better digitalization, decentralization, and documentation. These three things will definitely help to achieve what we are lacking for.
Over to Dr. Yogesh.
Thank you, Dr. Neela Mohan, madam. Now I invite Professor G. Basaraji.
Yeah, thank you so much, Yogesh. So, first of all, thank you very much, Dr. Ruchira Maheshwari Gupta, madam, for sharing your rich experience of organization capabilities, and that we have seen it. We have also seen as a team. I worked since 2014 with you, so that's an which is very much visible, and also the commitment you are given to work in consultation with the president, and also reaching an unreached digitalization. These are the something which are being very much required for the Indian Academy of Pediatrics, and addressing the needs of uh, all the members of 50,000 members who has been looking for a Secretary General to communicate. That's where your commitment really, which is the need, you have shared it. So wish you all the best for your elections. So I don't want to repeat. Already President-elect is already shared all the things what is supposed to be. The best wishes for your election, madam. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr.
Yes, sir.
Baswaraj sir, and best wishes,
Thank you.
Dr. Ruchira madam. Now I invite Professor Subramaniam N.K. Let me introduce briefly. Professor Subramaniam is a medical superintendent and professor of pediatric at the Medical College, Kuppam, and his academics with the over 27 years of experience in the teaching pediatrics and the pediatric pulmonology. As a convener, editor, and trainer in the various academic programs and the many modules in IP such ATM, cough, pneumonia, RTI, airways, and so on. He has served as a convener and editor-chief of the IAP postgraduate teaching module in 2018 and editor-chief in the IAP undergraduate teaching module in 2011 and 2015. As the founder, director, and conceptualizer of the advanced asthma course and the pediatric respiratory tract infection course, the fellowship courses in pediatric pulmonology, and established the Journal of the Pediatric Pulmonology published by the Walters and Kluwer. He has awarded so many awards in the honorary fellowship of the pediatric pulmonology in 2024, fellow of the advanced medical education from the CMC Vellore, best secretary IAP National Respiratory Chapter in 2020, best secretary, best IAP District Branch Award, Karnataka State in 2005, 2006, and 2006 to 2007, and best pediatric IAP District Branch from the Central IAP in the 2005 and 6. He is International Healthcare Award from the Jaipur in the 2016. He has delivered orations like Dr. Devkinandan Karwa oration at the Mahapedicon midterm at Kolhapur, Pedicon 2010 oration at the AP Pedicon Kadapa, then the Srimati Parvathama and Halappa oration at Lakeside CME in 2020, Dr. Anand Kumar Sandile oration at Musikon 2023, Dr. Rajiv Memorial Oration, IIP Pawan Hassan in 2023, Dr. Malabeka Pawan Biswas Oration and Howrah Academy Pediatrics in 2024, and his administrative capacity as a Vice President IIP South Zone in the Central IIP in year 2022. He served as a chairperson IIP National Respiratory Chapter, Honorary Secretary IIP National Respiratory Chapter, and executive member Central IIP in 2013 and 2020. He served as a national coordinator of IIP PG teaching program in Action Plan 2023, executive committee member of the Karnataka State Respiratory Chapter, treasurer, then the secretary IIP Respiratory Chapter, Karnataka State Branch, executive board member of the South Zone IIP National Respiratory Chapter, vice president Karnataka State Respiratory Chapter, treasurers again for the Respiratory Chapter, Karnataka State, and he has a divisional coordinator at IAP Karnataka for the Bangalore division. He has a few innovation for the membership drive, digital innovation for the website, online platforms, online membership, communication, and webinars, online workshop, few textbooks, and the editorial services in the publication. As a faculty and speaker at the multiple district, state, national, and international pediatric conferences, sharing knowledge and expertise in pediatric pulmonology and general pediatrics. Dr. Subramaniam mostly worked under the IIP NRC chapter on the various levels from the state, city, and the national level for the NRC chapter. So I invite Professor Subramania NK for sharing your commitment, dedication, and the vision toward the central IP as a upcoming Secretary General.
Yeah. Respected dignitaries on the board, because I'm the last person, let me make it very brief without taking the names of all on the board. Please accept my apologies for that, so that, I will make my session very brief. It's already 1.5 hours since we have been listening. Usually it happens that the last person in the Viva or exams is given less time, but let me see that Being a speaker of repute, let me also control my aggression to see that I will manage the time. So thank you very much, Dr. Yogesh. I would also thank the president-elect, the past president, who is my close friend. We call him Basu, and many of you who are watching. Happy Diwali to all of you. There are young pediatricians watching, my students watching who may not vote, but past presidents, office bearers, EB members, FIAP awards, women, pediatricians who have double challenge of managing their home as well as the clinic and the practice. Subspecialty passionate members who have dedicated their life to subspecialties, and they may or may not be recognized in the central IAP. All of you, wish you happy Diwali, and let me be your true representative at the top. My journey started with a student of MBBS and MD at BJ Medical College, Pune, where I was in KEM Pune under Professor Dr. Anand Pandit, whom I acknowledge, and whatever I am there today is because of him. And my examiner was Dr. Vaikam Decker, who said, Subbu, I had no choice but to pass you. After 10 years, he told me, I loved the way you presented the case. Thank you, Vaikam Decker, sir, for not only passing me in the exams, but later on also, when he heard me in conferences, he corrected me then and there. Subbu, you have wonderful speech, voice. Now you see that you modulate yourself. I have never been an ordinary member of Indian Academy of Pediatrics. I don't know why. In the very year I joined, I was made secretary of the district branch. And that's why from then onwards, I have been the office bearer of IAP throughout 2.5 decades. There is no year I was an ordinary member. And I would say I'm fortunate to be in one office or the other at some point of the time in some work or the other. And I'll tell you what happened. The very first year when I took as, not as a member, but as a secretary, for a small district, we got the National Best Branch Award. And I'll tell you, I didn't have any gurus. I didn't have any mentors at that time. I just worked hard. And I was very happy to receive the award from Dr. Thakkar as well as from Nitin Shah at Delhi Pedicon. So I could still recollect, I'm sorry. I had to recollect that, it was not just in IAP. At that time, I was secretary for Lions Club of my place, and I was the best secretary. And I could learn something from there called as PST training, President, Secretary, and Treasurer's training. Probably with permission of Dr. Neelam Mohanji, we would try to see that a district president is trained as to how to be a district president, and a secretary is being trained as how to be a secretary, and a treasurer is also being officially trained as to how to be a treasurer. Many become treasurer, they don't know what is accounts also. So therefore, we would take this as a office work, and probably this could be in line with the vision mission of the IAP in future. Then onwards, I moved to Bangalore, and in Bangalore, I was embraced by Dr. Basavaraja, Dr. Parmesh, Dr. Jagdish Chinappa, Dr. Mahesh Babu, Nagbhushan, and so on and so forth. I don't want to name many teachers. And Dr. Basavaraja included me in his cabinet when he was the secretary of the IAP Bangalore. He made me joint secretary, and then the president was Dr. Knanmurthy. From then onwards, my journey has been upward in Bangalore. Everywhere, all work of IAP, I went and finished. I was the executive committee member elected with highest number of votes in 2013. I still had the footfall of seeing the best presidents of those times like Dr. C.P. Bansal, Vijay Yavle, Dr. Rohit Agarwal, and many who have been very, very meticulous in their implementations. I have closely worked with many. So even the current presidents who are all then the EBs and OBs with us, this has been a wonderful journey for me. And after finishing a bit of IAP in the state, I moved to my subspecialty of respiratory chapter in the state. I was the only secretary to work for 4 years. I have worked for 6 years in the office post of a state respiratory chapter and put it in high. And then I moved to the central respiratory chapter, that is national respiratory chapter, where I took over as the secretary. And I'll tell you, what we have done is history now. And people recognize me synonymous with the chapter. I will feel blessed, and at times I feel blushed. And this is true. And most of you who are watching me here would also acknowledge this point. Do do you know that when I was the secretary, we were the first to do Zoom meeting in IAP at all. And after, Dr. Jagdishanappa told me, Subbu, there is something called Zoom. Can we do that? We tried. And there is every week Zoom meeting we did for 2 years as a secretary. And many things happened. Our chapter member was nearly 1,000, now it is 3,000. Our chapter corpus at that time was close to around 10 lakhs. Now it is nearing XCR. I'm telling you the phenomenal growth of the chapter. Dr. Neelam was asking us, how would you connect and communicate? Madam, let me respectfully tell you, if I could recruit so many members, it was not possible without communication. If every pediatrician felt that there is a pulmonology in them, it was not possible without communication. Had the best of the communication skill, best of the connect. To the extent, many members, when they wanted the किसी का number चाहिए, they used to call me, Subbu, you give the number of that person, you will have the best database with you. So this is the way that I was connected throughout, and that made me the best secretary in the respective chapter. Mind you, it was not just that. We did many modules. From nose to alveoli, there is a module in the respective chapter that has happened. As I just then took over as a chairperson, I had a wonderful secretary, Dr. Rawat. He means hard work. Thank you, Dr. Rawat. Probably it's not a part of election speech, but let me tell you, I acknowledge all the credits of my being chairperson as a secretary, because secretary is so important to implement whatever I have said. Dr. Rawat implemented each and everything that gave further credit. We could get the fellowship running. First journal we started in the respective chapter, and now it is indexed international journal. First, I'm the founder editor of the first textbook of respiratory chapter, many modules. I'm not going to tell you. We started the course of advanced asthma. Then Central IAP implemented the course. And now Central IAP is running many courses. We were the first to digitalize the membership. On a click, I'm giving you the administrative capacities which you have gone through. On a click, somebody could become a member and the respond mail used to come by default automation. This was again replicated in Central IP. Many things that you are seeing in the Central IP had also origins in the respiratory chapter, my dear friends. I was unanimously elected as vice president of South Zone, and there was advantage, disadvantage. Advantage was that there was no election. The disadvantage was nobody knew that I was a vice president of the South Zone because there was no election. So what happened was that, there was no turn back or look back. I was the speaker in most of the conferences, and I'll tell you, most sought after speaker. I'm sorry to tell you, but I have to tell you today. Only sessions of post lunch, the morning after the banquet were given to me, or the last session of the day. Like today also, there will be people who will be still watching to hear Subbu, what he can tell. Probably I would thank Dr. Yogesh Parekh for organizing it in such a way alphabetically, but default it came to me as the last speaker. Probably we will be able to hold the crowd till then. Okay, now I'll come back to the business. What is the mission? Vision is the president's prerogative. Mission is the secretary's prerogative. And I have worked both as the president as well as the secretary in subspecialty. I worked as both president and secretary in the general IAP, various cadres at state level and zonal level and district level. So therefore, I understand the equations of what should be the roles of the president as well as that of the secretary. Currently, I'm the medical superintendent of a hospital of 1,200 beds. I'm commander-in-chief of close to 1,000 plus employees. Let me tell you, 4 years back, I would not have asked for secretary post. Today, I'm asking because I can smartly manage the time. I can smartly manage the manpower. Our hospital, personally, our outpatient and inpatient attendance has increased. Our deliveries have doubled. Can you imagine somebody can do this as a pediatrician? It is possible if you are good. And let me share that secret with all of you. Now it's open in public. I had an Excel called Akshay Patra. Whenever there is a problem, I used to write. And next is I used to write deadline. And next I used to write what is the priority level, urgent, non-urgent. And I used to solve. Dr. Neelam Mohan, you were asking me how would you solve the problems? I will always prioritize the problems. Dr. Neelam, you were also asking how will you manage it? It is only possible if you know the time management and work-life balance, which is possible. Yes, it's not enough if you work more. You have to work smart and see that the things are done. I would just listen to the pediatrician's need. By listening, we know the pediatrician's needs already. We need to align work as a team, not as an individual. We should not react. I will tell you, somebody will tell me, what is this? I didn't get anything from the IAP. What you people are doing? See, this is the emotional reaction. You just need to listen to him. Don't react. Don't fight. I think Dr. Neelam, Yogesh, everybody whosoever is listening to me, and Dr. Vasanji, you will all understand the way that we should not react, we should respond. And many times we should, as a secretary or as a responsible person, we should do fact checking before we would respond. If you don't check the facts, either in the constitution or in the book of accounts, Dr. Neelam was asking a question, how would you manage the budget? Until unless you go back and check, don't just react and respond. I would manage. It's not possible. And there is no need that you should give an immediate answer. When you don't know the answer, tell, I don't know right now. I'll get back to you. Nobody says that instantly you should answer, but you should have the honesty to respond back and to react and to solve the problem. Let me ask you, how will you solve the problems of central IAP? Now AI has come in. I have a small request probably to the president and also the president who is going to get elected. We are celebrating ORS week. Now, ORS is the second line cause of mortality in children. The first line is pneumonia. We are not celebrating pneumonia week or pneumonia day. And as a secretary, I can't push this, but I can only beg and request to you, the future office bearers, kindly bear in mind, let us celebrate that pneumonia week and see that the mortality of children is addressed. Even now, no two pediatricians give the same amount of antibiotic. No two pediatricians sees the case similarly. I will tell you, we will take the office and IAP from faculty centric to delegate centric, from people standing outside the halls to inside the halls, from ordinary to excellence. And I'll tell you, after my secretaryship will be over, you will be asking this question: is American Academy of Pediatrics better or Indian Academy of Pediatrics better? Globally, I will see that the office runs in such a way that Indian Academy of Pediatrics will be the best globally, not just in India. I'm telling you, if you compare with Sri Lankan Academy of Pediatrics or maybe abroad, we should see that Indian Academy of Pediatrics stands tall, and our office bearers should feel proud whenever they go out, they should do. Lastly, let me share with you how would I work at the level of the office. It is very easy for the secretary to reach out to the branches. It's not important for the branch to get the best branch award each time. I see some of the branches getting best branch award. I have my friends in Kerala who would come with more than 50% of the awards to the state of Kerala. They are very good friends for me. I'm proud of them who work. But my sincere request on this platform to you, it's not enough if you get the best branch award. You should see that adopt a branch which is not doing well and see that that branch gets the award. Maybe there is some branch in a remote part of the country. So we would probably start the mechanism of identifying, prioritizing the needs of the branches and the members and adopt them, give them the helping hand. It doesn't require great science, great intelligence to do the things. It just requires empathy, understanding, coming down to the level and reaching out to them and see that there is a lot of hand holding them. Dr. Yogesh ji, let me tell you, I would just play the role of Rahul Dravid. You know, the current cricket players whom all youngsters whom we are seeing was the product of the mission Dravid, who also hails from Bangalore, was known for hard work, commitment. What he did was he produced galaxy of not less than 50 to 100 cricketers whom we are watching today. Let me tell you, if I will be elected as the president, you will see a big cricketing team that is going to come in IAP tomorrow. Maybe you will not see immediately the effect in 2 years. You will see for IAP in the years to come. And hopefully, if everything goes well, I would just again go ahead and contest myself to become the president. Many ask me this question, why don't you become president? You've already been the vice president. Let me tell you, my thirst to serve IAP for longer, and I don't want to become past and Maji. I already have the feeling of becoming a past president of respiratory chapter, you know. We feel disconnected. And Yogesh ji, you must also be feeling that, you know, the moment you leave, you feel something you are lost. You are busy all these days, probably in the next year. So everybody goes through this phase. So maybe I would like to remain connected with Indian Academy of Pediatrics and its members. It is not a destiny, it is a journey that's lovable and enjoyable. I have seen the best secretary. Shailesh Gupta used to just use his pad. Taka, 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 he used to type in 2 seconds the entire general body minutes, and in that keypad, tuck, tuck, and finish in those days. I have seen the best of the secretary. It is not that something is not possible. It is that you should have the mind to do it, and you should have the power to do it, and you should have the willingness to do it. Let me lastly tell you one line. I was taking the slides of hand washing as a professor of pediatrics to everybody. Everybody said, nice slides. Nobody washed hands. Now I'm the medical superintendent. I will tell you, wash hands means they will wash hands. And I will tell you why you want to be the secretary is because whenever you tell and present something, it may or may not be implemented. But when you are in the post or when you are in the position, you can really see that the execution is done. Neelamji, you have been the fan of my talks. I have seen appreciations from you, and take me in your cabinet, and I will do complete justice. And the name of the IAP, as well as the tenure of the president and the incoming president, will be at new heights. And let me not give a big speech and let me close. It's 8 minutes dot on time. Let me promise less and do more. And everybody, one of you who are listening to me, knows how much of hard work I've done, both in my subspecialty as well as in the central IP. And wishing you, all of you again, Happy Diwali, and may this festival bring good things. And my fellow contestants are all my good friends. Absolutely, we'll work with them irrespective of the results. And wishing you again, and many, many people whom I have not taken the names. I'm sorry. There are 40,000 people. I can't reach out to them. And many people ask me why you are not there for the last conference, big conference. There was 500 votes, 600 votes. I had given commitment to small branch that I will come as a speaker. I remember Y.K. Ambedkar going to small branches, but at times he missed big conferences. We have great teachers. We have great leaders whom we follow some ethics, values, and principles in life. I'm a teacher myself, and we should conduct the way that the students will follow in future. And thank you very much for making it a day. I may be the last, but let me be the best. I may be the last, but let me be your choice and your choice of Honorary Secretary General. Happy Diwali and thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor N.K. Subramanianji, sharing your thoughts. And you are the office bearer from the first year of the inception in the IAP, and you served the longest period as office bearer in the all the branches and the chapters. So share your mission and the vision. You told about the vision is from the presidents and the mission from the secretary. We have to execute like that, and priorities and the work balance, all, and the fact checking before the reply or respond. That is the quality of the secretary, and we have to see uh, both the sides of the coin. While the someone is sending message or email or something, then we have to check fact from our constitution, our precedent, protocols, and the office records, and then we have to reply. Before no, we should not reply by the emotions. Thank you very much for reminding this and honesty. And let me update you regarding the pneumonia week and the pneumonia day celebration. Central IP already committed for this, and with the help of the infectious disease chapter and the NRC chapter, we have already sent communication to all the branches of the Central IP and the city and the state branches on the 9th October and the 15th October. So we are here to serve the community, whatever the ORS or pneumonia, but our motto to lower the mortality and to serve the best for the child health. Thank you very much. Now I invite Dr. Vasant Kalatkar sir for the brief comment.
Thank you, Dr. Subramania NK, for sharing your vision, your ideas, and what you want if you will get a secretaryship. That the so you are always everybody know that known for your humor and presentation skill because you got trained under thorough academician like Dr. Pandit, Dr. Ambedkar. You brought revolutionary changes in respiratory system and started various short courses for the members through this chapter. Serving in IAP since last 20 with only post of office bearers, but you never forget that what the common pediatrician is, that it happens sometimes. If once you become the office bearer, you always forget, but you are not like that. You had in many models in your name in IAP, moved all over India, established journals, recipient of various awards, having very good convincing power. That's your positive point, and having a good communication skill. Your vision, you say, the vision is present prerogative and mission is security prerogative. Truly said. You're right. You know your duty, that if you become a secretary, want to work smartly for pediatricians' need, that you truly said should be a fact checking. Once your answer to Neelam's question, that you will be have a fact checking, no need to repeat instantly. And that's a key of success. I always say, want to celebrate pneumonia week, but already we are doing that, and I think we will have a great celebration as a pneumonia week. You want to make a faculty centric conference to delegate centric. That's a one good thinking, and it's a definitely something innovative. Want to make your dream that IAP should be taller than AAP. That's a one good point. And again, one new funda. That's your approach, that adaptation of smaller branches who are not working, who are not practice, by branches which are very good actually. Nobody thought about this. With all this vision, if you will become a secretary, IP is going to be at highest level. I know, but I know only one person is going to become secretary. Those all three have to work hard with whoso is going to win. I wish you all the best, Dr. Subramanian. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Vasan sir. Now I invite Dr. Neelam Mohan madam.
Sorry. Thank you, Subramaniam. I just wanted to highlight that you wanted to work smart, but you took 19.5 minutes. So it's not that you were in underprivileged, rather, you were smart to get an extra time by projecting yourself. So you've been fortunate to have got a position. I'm not going to repeat anything which the other two have said, but it can be looked into two ways, that you were fortunate to be into that administrative roles, and also the other part is that the others were deprived of it or while you were in those posts. That was on a lighter note, because you appreciate humor. So I can take the audacity to talk that with you, because I know you will take it on your kidneys and not the liver. Coming back to the point which you wanted to take it on a lighter note, no, the question that I asked was very clear, was what is the non-budgeted expense? So I expect all of the people who have come today for the post of secretary, in the constitution, it is not even 40 lines that you have to see for the post of secretary. So I thought that anybody who's coming should at least read what they are saying, because their role is meant to more for an execution rather than the vision in the leadership and planning. So the question which I asked Karunakar, the non-budgeted expense was 5 lakh. And it is very right what he said, because there are instances when you are stuck, that you have non-budgeted expense, but it within the constitutional limit. How will you maintain the flexibility for new initiative? It is not expected to say, I don't know, but that was the intelligence what I was looking for. So that was on a lighter note. And coming back to your questions, Suppose there is a administrative error in the way you're acting smart in your work, and you say a wrong communication. How would, or a financial delay, there was a wrong communication or a financial delay, how would you take the responsibility, rectify, and restore the trust?
Okay. Whenever we do a mistake, we should never try to defend it. The first point is to accept it. I would acknowledge and accept at the first line. That's the first point. The second point is that if there is a wrong email that is sent due to some reason, there is an official procedure by which we can recall an email and resend the mail. That is also possible and is empowered in the emails for us most of the times, and it is possible. We can also give the reason for the error that has happened. It could be a typo error, or it could be an error on the part of us for not doing the fact checking. First of all, let me tell you, let's prevent the errors. I would also try to look at, as soon as we assume the secretary, as to how many errors will happen statistically. Is it 1 in 1,000, 1 in 100, or 1 in 10,000? And then, you accordingly you can be cautious. I would also prioritize the mails and think important, unimportant, so that the errors don't happen in the important mails. It would be read twice. And thirdly, how can we prevent the errors is by checking with someone always. When we write a letter and if we wanted it to be fine, always send it to somebody unless it is confidential, that if there is it okay, or is the language, tone, and the communication okay or not okay. I think, madam, I have answered you, but if you
Last
want more
question,
from
how
me,
will
I
you,
can again go back.
yeah, if you had to summarize your vision in one sentence, vision as a secretary, what would that be?
I would say
One
Indian,
sentence.
one sentence only. Indian Academy of Pediatrics should be the global Academy of Pediatrics, having the largest number of children in India compared to anywhere else. We are the stakeholders across the globe. I would take it to the international heights. That is in one line.
So that would be your role as a secretary. Anyway, thank you. So I would want to sum up by saying that it was sorry, I was in a position
No,
where
no, no issue,
I
no issue,
did
no issue.
not want to, so to
No issue, no
all
issue.
my humble contestants, I'm sure there, maybe a difference of a year or so. We are all of the same age, and I totally applaud what academics, all of you, it's so enlightening to see that all four of you have done great academic work. All of you have done organization capabilities and have worked in proven yourself into administratively. I'm extremely fortunate that I have such a wonderful four contestants, and I would take it very positively for me. Whoever is the best contestants in the eyes of the beholder, which is the IAPians, win. But I just want to say that, like yesterday, I was saying how I wish I could work with all four of you, because the vision that you had was very interesting. All of you were very clear, majority, except a little fundamental flaws, which I'm sure all of us, including me, none of us are perfect, and we can revisit ourselves. And I have been extremely lucky that I work with all four of you, whether it's Atanu, whether it's Ruchira, whether it's Karunakar, whether it's Subbu. I worked with you all as an EB and in various academic platforms. And I'm fortunate that I gel with all of you. And I'm sure irrespective of anything, I am looking forward, like I said, 18.1 Constitution, irrespective of that. I don't want it as a compliance or anything. I look at it as a partnership. Though the partnership is without the execution, and the things won't move. So, though the president takes the decision and vision and leads, it's the execution and communication which are equally important. So I take this as a partnership and I extend my hand to you for joining whoever wins to come with all mental happiness to look forward for a very dynamic next year, and we are able to add all the visions that you all said. We are able to add it, and maybe hopefully to none of your surprises what you all wanted, a majority of the things have already been envisioned, because we've been working with stalwarts like you all who are guiding us towards a better future. So I look forward, and my humble request is that one may think that you're the best, but remember, try to be better than your yesterday, because there's always scope for improvement. The day we think we know it all, the day we think that will be the end. I'm here to learn from you all, and I request you all to take independent judgments, which is in the best interest of IAP, and any negative forces that come in your mind should be shed apart, because IAP is a bigger thing. This, as you all have highlighted, is a temporary phase in our career, and picture chalti rehti hai. You move on in life, and it was indeed a pleasure. And I request all of you to work with me in the coming year, irrespective of whether you win or not. Please, that the day the other three call me up and say, I'm here to work with you, that would be my best moment in this. Thank you so much for envisaging us with your vision. And I wish all of you the best of luck. One and all, best wishes from my side.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Neelam Mohan, madam. Now I invite Professor Basavaraj, sir. 11,
Yeah,
11.
thank you very much, Dr. Yogesh ji. Thank you, Dr. Subramanya, for sharing your 2.5 decades of office barrier experience. I think it is going to be the Guinness record in the history of Indian Academy of Pediatrics. And the more important is what I loved it, working smartly, reaching to the unreached, and taking the organization to the greater level, to the global level. That's a very, very important dream you have. That's very, very acknowledgeable. And bypassing the American Academy of Pediatrics, everybody's dream in India. So I'm sure the day is not far with the such a four energetic contestant in the 2025. All of them, whether you take Atanu Bhadra, Dr. Karunakar, Dr. Neelam Mohan, Dr. Ruchira Gupta, Dr. Subramanya, all of them are very capable of bypassing the American Academy of Pediatrics with your commitment and with your dedication, with your diplomatic way of approach. I'm sure the organization is going to be benefited. Whoever wins doesn't matter, but Indian Academy of Pediatrics is going to reach the greater heights in the coming days. The best wishes for the upcoming election. Just 3 दिन बाकी है, पिक्चर अभी बाकी है, पिक्चर अभी शुरू होने वाला है. Best wishes for all the things. Thank you very much. And
Thank you.
special thanks to Professor Yogesh Warik, both the days carrying out his responsibility under the guidance of our Vasant Kalatkarji, Neelam Mohanji, and our Honorable Chief Election Commissioner Dr. Yashwant Patil, Dr. Sudhakar, Dr. Suraj Kumar Taidi, Dr. Dubey, Dr. Mallikarjun, Dr. Ravi Shankar. So, who are all spending a sleepless night, all the committee members who have been directly or indirectly involved in this. Thank you all Best wishes once again.
I want to sincerely thank Dr. Vasant Kalatkar, who was absolutely noting points in each of every one, made my job easier so that I did not have to say thank you so much for meticulously looking into their CV and their presentation and making out and highlighting points. Bless you. Thank you
That is
so much.
why my job is much easier. I no need to comment.
Yeah. Thank you, Professor
So a
Baswaraj sir,
big
Dr.
smile
Neelam
from
Mohan,
all of you, a big smile.
Dr. Neelam Mohan Madam, and Dr. Vasant, our President
Hello,
sir,
big smile.
Dr. Atanu, Dr. Ruchira Madam, Dr.
Karji.
Karunakara, and Dr. Subramaniam. So, as our vision and mission toward the IAP, all of you are best. One will win. Whatever the result that Dr. Neelam Mohan Madam told, let us have a strong IAP with the joining hands together with the team of the Dr. Neelam Mohan Madam as a secretary or as any program or any
Please.
contribution toward the madam's team. So thank you very much. And we all know our common IAP member has a power to select and elect and make you as a secretary general. So have a united and having a harmony and in the election campaigning, no need to any negative campaigning to anyone because we all are the friends and we are not for the post or power or position for the 1 year or 2 year. It is a friendship for forever. Please, thank you very much, and the best wishes. Dr. Vasant Kalkar, you want to mention? Yeah,
Happy
please.
Diwali to all.
So, I was supposed to sum up, but my sum up job has been done by all Dr. Neelam, Dr. Basavaraja, Dr. Yogesh. That's a good thing. So, but really, I appreciate the session. Excellent session. Without any hanamari, without any blame game, and that's the spirit of IAP. We just witnessed so truly passionate and visionary presentation from our Honorary Secretary General candidates. My heartfelt congratulations to each of them for sharing their thoughts so sincerely. Picture 3 दिन बाद चालू होना है पर पिक्चर अपनी खत्म नहीं होना है दे ऑल आर फॉर आईपी एंड दे आर गोइंग टू वर्क whosoever is going to I'm confident that all rest of the three are going to work for IP with the same zeal with same enthusiasm and Dr. Neelam you will have 4 soldiers in your team who will work entirely and tirelessly for you don't worry so as we move away a
But in
gentle
future, all of you should maintain time, please.
all
Yeah.
gentle that voting begins from the 22nd. Let's all take part wholeheartedly. My earnest request, repeatedly I am requesting, IAP is going to send a notification also, email also that maximum voting should be there. Voting is must because every single vote matters because this is our IAP and its future depends on our collective choice. So by once again request, I want to thank our office staff. सही में रात को 11 11 बजे तक दिन रात जागते हैं स्पेशली डिसूजा साजी मनीषा निकिता एंड रोज एंड एवरीवन really including Joshi really hats off to them they are really working tirelessly and definitely all 10 members and all these they are really till 11 it's 11:17 योगेश भाई हरदम बार बार घड़ी दो देख रहे तो मैं बोला कि 11:17 thank you once again let's vote wisely fairly and with pride once again I wish you all the best to all the candidates for honorary secretary general thank you and best wishes to all the candidates once again thank you jai hind jai
Thank you.
Jai
Thank
Thank
you,
Hind,
you.
Jai
thank
Hind.
you,
thank you
thank you, and start awakening till the midnight every time. Start in the early morning, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. It is secretary duty.
ये 24/7 का वादा करते हैं ना इसलिए
Ah, the sleepless night. So be ready from today onward.
You have to reduce your personal work, office, and private and dedicate,
Yeah, yeah,
like Yogesh did.
yeah.
ट्रेजर का नहीं है ना
No, no, रखना है तो रख देते हैं. You if you want. Tomorrow is a free day, Sunday.
Yeah.
If you say yes, president say yes, then we will. They are demanding, yeah.
No, thanks.
Okay, thank you, good night, and the best wishes all four. Thank you very much. Thank you, DIP. Thank you, Saji.
Best
And everyone.
wishes, Zatanu, Ruchira,
Thank you.
Karunakar, and Subodhya.
सुबह डियर हमेशा ज्यादा टाइम लेता ही है.
नहीं
माइक
नहीं
हाथ में.
sorry I couldn't Neelam, sorry I couldn't see the time. It happens. Okay.
Okay, no issue. Yesterday we have received the feedback. Let us the party contest and speak more. So I
That's
allow
fine.
everyone.
To be very honest, it's very difficult for me in front of the mic, having understood and seen me before. Yeah. Okay.
Thank
Bless
you.
you. Bless
Good
you.
night.
Good night.